Greetings, loyal watchers, one and all, the Watchful One here, and welcome to what I'm basically calling the Watchful One State of Watch, I guess. This is just basically an update video on everything that's going to be coming next year for the following month. Basically my own Nintendo Direct or PlayStation State of Play, only for me, Watchful. First of all, I want to apologize if I sound a little stuffed up or sniffly. I'm still recovering from a bit of a head cold. I also apologize if I seem a little sporadic or if I stumble my words or go a lot. This is basically completely off the cuff, just saying any idea I have right now. Well, rather ideas. But yeah, basically I just wanted to make this video because first of all, I've gotten a bit of an influx of subscribers with a few of my recent videos. So first of all, I'm only 200 away from 3,000, so thank you guys for getting me this far, and I hope to at least break 3,000 in the coming year, maybe even 5,000 or 10,000. Only time will tell on that front, I guess, but in any case, this is just me talking about like all the stuff I planned for next year. And I guess first of all, on Twitter, if you're not following me on Twitter, first of all, go follow me there. I'll put it up on the screen right now. But on there, I did basically say I am planning to make an Encanto video. It's an interesting one. It's not necessarily a straight up review, more a analysis of it. I planned to get it out as like my last hurrah video of the year, but unfortunately, I, as you can tell, got a little stuffed up and sick. So I figured I would just take the time to relax. Editing this isn't going to be too big of a deal and not too taxing since I'm now finally recovering a little bit. But yeah, I'm more than likely going to push that into next year. However, there's a bit of an issue in scheduling because, as I said, I plan to get the Encanto video before the year ends, but the new year's coming. And usually for the New Year's, I tend to do something that's personal and I guess, celebration of why I make content. Because back when I used to make content related to the MLP fandom, I would basically make a top 10 list of my favorite MLP YouTubers or like an anniversary video of some kind. Basically, I plan to continue that tradition doing another top 10 other YouTubers list. Basically a sequel to last year's top 10 YouTubers list. So yeah, I basically tend to do that, and I also have a Patreon sponsored video that kind of ties into that, honestly. I didn't plan it that way, but I'm doing another YouTuber's top 10 list, kind of considering that, I guess, what's the proper word? Series? Yeah, series of videos. And as luck would have it, one of the people that's on my other YouTubers list is one of the people that I'm going to be making a video of. And I'm honestly kind of excited for that. I didn't plan it out that way. Unfortunately, that kind of creates a bit of a barrier as far as the Encanto video. So, I don't know. I might hold a straw poll down below in regards to that. Basically asking, do you want the Encanto video first? Or do you want me to get my anniversary videos out of the way first? Then do Encanto. Because I know I should probably do the Encanto video, striking while the iron's hot, but I released the High Guardian Spice video like a month after High Guardian Spice came out, and that video is doing pretty damn good numbers. So, I don't know. Maybe it's better to just wait for the Encanto video, because I am actually really excited for that one. And I'm really excited for the top 10 other YouTubers video as well. Just because I'm excited for that, and a top 10... I've got a top 10 YouTubers video and a top 10 about one of the YouTubers. It's getting very meta in here. But yeah, basically there's that, and also I guess the state of Waifu Wars, like, I do want to do more of them, but they're not doing nearly as well as I'd hoped, so I don't know, like, maybe I'll do more, but I honestly can't promise we'll do more. If I'm gonna do more, I might just make it a TikTok series, like, just because that's a lot easier and simple to edit, and they're videos I can get done quickly, because I don't know if I can keep devoting, like, such long videos to several different people. Instead, I would probably just do one waifu at a time, essentially, and upload them as shorts and TikToks. So that's basically the state of Waifu Wars, but I guess more importantly, talking about what I got planned for next year, well, first of all, there's quite a few series getting anniversaries next year that have, like, personal ties to me a lot. I guess one that technically happened last year, but people are celebrating it this year because of, well, reasons. Harry Potter Harry Potter recently had a anniversary, and I know there's like the whole controversy with J.K. Rowling and all that stuff, but the series still means a lot to me, but particularly with video games. And I plan to do a sort of marathon of Harry Potter games next year, basically starting with Sorcerer's Stone on the PlayStation. Yeah, starting with that on Uncanny Valley, leading all the way up to what's supposed to be Hogwarts Legacy. And for the record, when I finally get to Harry Potter, I'm going to be promoting a basically a trans rights charity, like for people that are homeless, trans people who are homeless, basically to sort of counterbalance J.K. Rowling's bullshittery. And I'm gonna do that for Harry Potter Legacy as well, just because if I'm gonna buy that game fucking full price, I want at least some money to go back to people that deserve it a hell of a lot more than J.K. Again, like, Legacy is still like iffy just because of the whole thing with J.K. Rowling, but I'm hoping I can at least balance it out with the charity, and at the very least, I'm gonna be covering the older games. Those I can emulate. I know I don't condone piracy, for the record, but I at least owned or had owned all the games, a lot of the previous games. So I don't feel bad about emulating them, at the very least. That's basically my rule when it comes to emulation. As long as I've owned or had owned the game at some point, I don't think it's a big deal to emulate them. But that's not the other one. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is also getting an anniversary next year. Yu-Gi-Oh's been like a huge part of my life as well. And God, I want to say it's the 25th anniversary, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Games have played like a major part in my life. So I'm probably going to be covering a few Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, at least 4, because I've got like the main series Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. There's Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 Cross Hearts or something like that. I'm sure I'll put it on screen right now or whatever, but... And there's also the third one, which was a really weird open world strategy game. And then, of course, there's Yu-Gi-Oh! DX, which was a much more like a traditional Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. And yeah, those games had a play in my life, especially Yu-Gi-Oh! DX. That came around the time I was discovering emulators, which is really cool. And yeah, I definitely want to do something related to that. I might even do a video on the trading card games. I don't know if I kept them from like my old house, but they play like a big part in my life as well. And yeah, and another big one that's getting an anniversary this year, James Bond. Now, the James Bond games and movies have also had a big part in my life, and specifically the games. Like, the movies still have like a big factor in my life as well, but the games especially, I have extremely fond memories of doing. So I plan to do a whole marathon of James Bond games, starting with maybe just as a joke I would do James Bond Jr., but I obviously plan to start with GoldenEye. James Bond Jr. might be just like a shitpost video or something. I don't even know, because I don't know what I could even say about James Bond Jr. It's dumb. But yeah, what else? I guess like there's also, with its recent re-release on Steam, I do want to eventually talk about Wonderful 101, one of my all-time favorite games. But yeah, Wonderful 101, I plan to release a video on that just because it's one of my all-time favorite games, and I'm so glad it got a Steam re-release. Oh, and also the state of tabletop games. Tabletop games are going to continue into next year, obviously. Game Masters are still going to be made, and I got a new one, Horror High, that I'm going to be doing. Basically, Horror High is going to become an on and off series, essentially, because I am really excited for it, and I plan to release Horror High videos sporadic. Because here's the thing, when it comes to horror, I want to treat it like a TV series, so I want to wait until I at least have the series done, in a sense, so that way I can release it either weekly or bi-weekly with half-hour intervals. I have like a 6 hour of like the very first session. So believe me, I got enough for a good half a season of content, and that's not even counting if and when we do session 2. And Game Masters is going to be the same thing. We're planning to do at least one more episode, well, 2 more episodes technically, and then we're going to take a break of that. And then I have a special like tabletop series, not run by me actually, but I am playing in it. And that is going to be interesting, honestly. I keep looking to the side, looking at my monitors, like, no, you guys are up here. Yeah, I also have top 10 related content I plan to come out, and I also plan to talk about I want to talk about games a lot more just because I've always been like a big video games fan, but this channel's always been about just me doing whatever the hell I feel like, and that just makes me the most happy, honestly. And I know it doesn't exactly rake in like banger views sometimes, but my last couple videos have done well. And again, thank you guys for subscribing and checking my stuff out. And I guess the only other thing to talk about is that I'm basically doing a really big overhaul just on everything. Like, first of all, as far as Twitch streams, I'm gonna be basic but getting into the VTuber game, not with a full model, but I'm in talks with a certain artist to make PNG tuber assets, so I'm starting simple, and I'm gonna work my way up, hopefully, with a PNG tuber asset, and who knows, you might actually see him on videos, because in other news, Watch is more than likely gonna get a redesign in the coming year. Keep in mind, it's not a radical redesign, but he's basically gonna go from bipedal to full anthro, and the PNG tuber assets are basically the start of that, and they might be just my stand-in just until like the finished model set can be done, and just until the finished model is done, he might be my stand-in. Just because it'd be easy for me to green screen him with my recording software upgrade and use that. And also, as far as Twitch streams, I'm also planning to rehaul and overhaul that as well. Like, get people that are subscribed to me on there much more involved. Like, planning to do basically subscriber game nights where anyone who's a subscriber will basically get to join me for just any number of party games. Probably Jackbox if there's nothing like recent out, but I also plan to do like big party games, like maybe that Raccoon City like one, or if any like game has a multiplayer aspect to it. Maybe even, I don't want to say Halo, like the new Halo, just because I don't have Halo Infinite, just because I don't have an Xbox, but I plan to do stuff eventually. And oh yeah, and also in regards to Twitch and subscribing, I've also overhauled my Patreon. Right up there, yes, I've overhauled my Patreon. I've added a few more goals, and I've readjusted some of the donation tiers a tiny bit, just to keep things up. And I'm currently at $37, and I'm hoping to reach my goal of $250. Why $250? Because when I finally reach $250, not only can I finally have a decent amount of extra income coming in, Persona is getting a full marathon when that is done. My hope and plan is to break 250 before the end of next year, so that I can do a Persona marathon before next year ends, starting with the original blocky PlayStation Persona, leading all the way up to one of my all-time favorite games, Persona 5 Royal. And God, I expect that video to break like the hour mark. I'm not even joking. But yeah, like, I've had videos break half hour. I've yet to have one break an hour that wasn't a tabletop game. I don't count the tabletop games. That's cheating. But might be a standard video that'll break the hour mark. But it's only gonna happen if I break the 250. And please, like, I hope you consider doing that. Even like just $1 a month helps. Like, just to put things into context, I've got 2,800 subs right now. If even half those people donated $1, I'd be well over the 250 mark. But I have all kinds of other tiers, like just for $5, you'll be given exclusive access in my service. Same goes if you're subbed to me on Twitch. So, if you're like the $4.99 Twitch sub, you will be eligible for the Discord and producer tier, even off Patreon. Oh yeah, and while on the subject of that, as far as research for all these games I'm going to be doing videos on in these marathons, I am going to be streaming them over on Twitch. It's going to be right up here, twitch.tv/TheWatchful1, the number 1 instead of the O. And plan to play those games and all that stuff, and just there's all kinds of other stuff I have planned. I hope to do an Elden Ring video if I can raise the money to get that game, and definitely plan to stream that just because I'm excited for Elden Ring and excited for what that holds. As far as anime videos, I'll be honest, like there's a fair bit of anime. There's a fair bit of anime I'm excited for next year, but nothing's really piqued my interest quite yet. Trust me, if there's an interspecies review of season 2, that's getting a video, obviously. But I might do one of Rising of the Shield Hero and Made in Abyss, but I definitely have a lot of plans as far as video games, as I've just said recently. And now as far as anime games, I've got a fair bit planned as well for that. I've heard there's a fair bit of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure games out there, and that might actually be a fun marathon to do. There's apparently a JoJo SNES game that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I have like all kinds of retrospectives planned. It's just a matter of which ones I plan to do. It also depends on which ones are getting anniversaries next year. It seems like every other time there's anniversary videos coming out. Oh wait, Pokemon Arceus is another one. I definitely plan to not only stream that, but do a video on that as well. And I promise you before the end of the year, I plan to do at least one Nuzlocke, more than likely going back to Pokemon Emerald and gonna do a Nuzlocke of that. I also plan to finally finish Sword and Shield this year on Twitch. I definitely plan to do that just as far as what I have planned for Pokemon. Honestly, like, if I can, like, get to the state where I can start doing this, like, full-time, like, if I can get, like, $1,000, Patreon specifically, but accumulatively, like, $1,000, at least monthly, I could consider this a full-time job, and I would definitely do Mon Monday, where I would basically play a Pokemon game every Monday. I have, like, a full schedule as far as what I would do as far as Twitch streams and working on videos and stuff, but, yeah, that's obviously far future. Like, I don't... In YouTube land, you never fucking know. I could blow up at any goddamn minute, so I'm just planning for the future. And, that's basically what I plan to do just in case for that, but... Yeah, let me think, what else? So, yeah, I think that's basically all I got to say as far as that. So, to recap, lots of retrospectives coming out. Harry Potter and James Bond are just to name a few of that. Patreon got a tiny bit of an overhaul. I've adjusted some of the tiers and added on a bit more rewards as incentive for that. Oh, and just as a reminder, I'm basically trying to make this Cthulhu art print I'm putting up here, one of my... I want to basically put this Cthulhu art print as one of my mainstays just because I love the art print so much. And I am planning, once I break the 250 tier, to bring on a full-time title card artist, some full-time artists, just to help me out. I'm basically building a team. I'm building a team. But, yeah. Please check out the Patreon, and if you haven't, because I know there's a fair bit of new subscribers, and I just recently got a new producer on there, so thank you to them. Hang on, God, can you tell this is unscripted? Hang on, I'm gonna quickly go to my Patreon and check out who it is. Pat G, yeah, I'll just go by Pat G, because it has your full name, and I don't feel comfortable saying your full name on here, so yeah. We'll just go with Pat G. But yeah, they just recently joined, and I just recently broke the 37 mark, so please check that out. Like, again, I'm at 2,800. If you even have that subscriber, I'd be well past the 250 mark. So please go check it out. Link down below and in the card right here, and it's going to be in the end card. And also, don't forget to check out my Twitch, because I do have to do research as far as video games and stuff like that, so I gotta play them first. So please go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/thewatchful1. It's gonna be up here, and link will be down below as well. And check out the merch stores and all that stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the State of Watch as I'm calling this, and uh obviously that's all I've got planned for this moment. I could end up doing like any number of things at a later date, just because there's any number of things that could happen, as well as I could see like something coming out. It's like, well, fuck, I gotta make a video on this. But that's for sure stuff I have planned as far as that. So thank you so much for checking out my channel. If you're a new subscriber, if you're an old subscriber, thank you for sticking around, and hopefully I can bring more and more content to all of you guys, and bring a lot more general just stuff and silliness and all that stuff. And that's all I got to say. So thank you so much for checking me out. I am the Watchful One saying keep on watching, and I'll see you guys next time.